Hello and welcome to Premodonnas podcast. I'm Emperiam.
And I'm Mishka.
Today's episode is my interview with All American Rejects at All Your Friends Fest. Hope you enjoy. I'm here with the All American Rejects and Cillian Murphy's brother, apparently.
That's right. Oh, Cillian. What, brother?
Is that how you... Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer?
Is that how you say his name? I never knew.
Oppenheimer? Did you guys...
I meant Cillian.
It's the real estate show with the Oppenheim brothers selling Sunset. You guys on?
No.
I do the Oppenheimer group.
The Oppenheim group, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know.
Oh, I do.
You watch
Christine's a sassy bitch.
Oh, she's the best, though.
I love her.
Good fashion?
The show has fallen to shit without her.
Are you Christine or Chriselle?
Oh, Christine. I'm not here for Chriselle's drama.
Right? And we get it. You were homeless. I'm sorry. You know.
Is this the one with the property brothers?
No.
Okay.
It is property, so you're close.
Okay, sweet.
Selling Sunset. Netflix. August 38th. Yeah.
Yeah.
August 38th.
You guys obviously have some of the most recognizable hits of the millennial generation. I want to know, when was the first time you felt like you made up as a band?
Shit. I don't know.
Well, we were opening for a band called Homegrown, and I remember there being a couple shows where we were the second of four, and a lot of people left after the play, and I felt really bad. And now it's the first time feeling like, oh shit, something's happening.
And on that tour, I think between us, we gathered together like $500, rented out a bowling alley, and just for us and whoever on the tour wanted to come. And it was the night they were premiering the Swing Swing video, and they put it up on all this scoreboard TVs. That felt pretty cool. And we're fucking
On the bowling
balling.
TVs. Fuck your spares and strips.
Yeah, totally.
That was a really surreal broadcast. Yeah, that was trippy.
Curb Your Enthusiasm was still on season 1 when that happened. Yeah, because I remember going back to the hotel and watching it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Little fun fact.
Yep.
I love little fun facts.
Huh.
You guys are kind of lumped into the emo category. How do you feel about that? Do you consider yourselves an emo band at all?
Well, I was saying earlier, we came from Oklahoma where there wasn't really, or at least our hometown in Oklahoma, where it wasn't really a scene. So, there wasn't this camaraderie of other bands and a scene to begin with. So, we don't really know what that feels like. So,
We were a bar band.
yeah. So we always kind of felt like we were on the fringe of any scene, regardless of the genre of music or whatever. So,
The outcasts of the outcasts.
kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we were the people that couldn't afford to look like the scene. I felt, you know what I mean? I liked where we did get put into that category of emo. I liked that we were the guys in t-shirt and jeans, not, selling every facet of the lifestyle. We were just about the music.
And those men's shirts back then were $2.
Yeah.
They may be hundreds now.
Yeah.
Totally. I picked that shit for the Rose Bowl.
Exactly.
So no eyeliner, no skinny jeans for you guys.
No.
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 No,
There was skinny
boot
jeans.
cut pants was the thing when we were popular.
There's body glitter.
I do remember you in the body glitter, the silver.
Yeah, it was just a cry for help, really.
And we all ignored it.
Showering
We all ignored it.
And I almost lost my fucking leg, and then not a single balloon. They didn't send a single fucking balloon.
Wow. I feel so bad for you.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
You guys played Vans Warped Tour, though, which is pretty
Few
cool.
times, yeah.
That was more of our thing. I think people would probably call us oh, that's kind of a Warped Tour band. We fucking worked our ass on 4, 5,
4, yeah.
4, 5, yeah, 5 or 6 of them. No. And then we played. I remember playing the last Warped Tour show. It was a festival they did, just a one-off in
So outside of San Francisco somewhere.
Yeah, and I've kind of felt like we were a part of that.
Yeah. I teared up a little bit in the last song. I was like, oh, that was something we did for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your question about Warped Tour?
What was your fondest memory?
That was a good one then.
I
Go with that.
call it my birthmark. It was the first time we got to.
Yeah.
our first show on Warped Tour, 2003. And I walked just the grounds. I was like, oh, I want to see I've never been to a Warped Tour before. I just wanted to see it. And a couple of kids started chasing me. And I never had been chased before, which is really alarming. If you've ever been chased by anyone, what's your, fight or flight kicks in. So I scaled a fence like that over there, like that green one. But it was baseless. And so it had no founding. And at the very peak of it, I fell over on it. And it gouged like a huge gash in my leg, and the scar is still there. And I remember just being like, ouch. But that's my birthmark now.
That's the same Warped Tour you got your wisdom teeth out on.
Yeah, I had a lot of ailments. Yeah. I'm the sick one.
Yeah, we all knew that, though.
Totally.
What was more significant to you guys, being kidnapped by Bionicles or composing with Danny Elfman?
Well, the second one, obviously.
Yeah.
But the more
I'm calling bullshit.
Well, I was going to say the more the time goes on, the more, I realize.
Fans from the Bionicles, baby.
Yeah.
I just want to say to everybody who made any comment about us doing a Bionicle commercial for money.
I don't remember getting paid for that.
Yeah, pay.
Did we?
You guys got paid?
It's the fans that we got from that.
No, for the fuck. We were on that Lego shit 15 years before the rest of the world. Now you motherfuckers are buying your
I'm guilty.
Kremlin's recreations and all that shit when you were fucking giving us shit about being Bionicle heroes. Now look at us. We had the relationship with Lego. Nick wants Legos. He's turning Legos away. He's telling them to quit.
The Lego truck backs up to my house daily.
Yeah, all reds, all red blocks. He's like, I just want a fuckload of red blocks. They're like, we got you, pallet.
What's your favorite set that you have, Nick?
Right now I'm working on the T-Rex escape from Jurassic Park. That one's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. The most fun was the Home Alone house, though.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's like you open it up.
It's like a man.
Yeah, you open it up and all the rooms are like, you build all the rooms and shit. It's great. And a tree house,
like
too.
Lego. I was going to say Tobey Maguire. It's not Tobey Maguire.
It is not Tobey Maguire.
Call them. Just get them.
I wanted to pitch to Lego that they put out something now, and it's that we did get. The story was we got kidnapped by the
Piraka.
Yep. Wow. On a desert island, and I wanted it to be something like we had sex, we made kids, and they release our children to the public, and it's these half flesh, half distorted kind of freaks of nature that could be collectible.
Was this on TV or the internet?
The internet.
It was
freetheband.com.
Right, that's right.
I tried to look for it. It's not there,
fucking
Not
unfortunately.
Damn.
I would know. I was so sad.
just like Garbage Pail Kids that have been like just glued, hot glued. This is a new Bionicles, guys. Yeah. We should sell them and just make them all. No, we'll hire somebody on Etsy. Just hire somebody on Etsy with
Just do the Lush thing where you have like the sticker like made by Nick.
Totally. This is handmade. This is what
Let's do the Lush thing. Yeah. Sorry, I don't want that. Sorry.
You don't know what that means when you buy a Lush product? It has a sticker
Oh, the
of
soap
whoever,
store in the mall?
The soup store?
The soap store.
Oh, I thought you said soup. I was like, Nick, no. You don't eat that. It's not consumable.
It didn't look like food.
They do. I know.
They smoked the salt.
Colors. This is a silly question, and I doubt that you'll be into it. But as a Vampire Diaries fan, which universe would you rather live in?
Is that a Edward or Jacob
It's not.
thing?
No, 'cause your music was in Vampire Diaries, One Tree Hill, probably the OC. Where, if you could be a character, would you be? What universe?
Oh,
I watched the OC. I could get down. Not the OC, the other one you said. One Tree Hill. Yeah. I'll do that.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be more of a Laguna Beach bitch.
Yeah. With Christina as your favorite, definitely Laguna Beach, bitch.
I went shopping with her on MTV. She didn't say a word to me. she like the cameras were on, and she was even like speaking through the clothes. She'd be like, "Oh, this looks nice," and I was like, "Yeah, it looks nice." We're talking to a shirt to each other.
Do you remember what the shirt looked like?
That was like stripy and stupid.
It wasn't nice.
You
Low.
are stupid.
I bought it. It looked kind of like that. Wait. Is that a moth hole? Is that a fucking moth hole?
It's distressed.
Look at a loser has a hole in his shirt.
It's okay. Don't let them talk to you like that. You can stand up for yourself. I'll stand up for you.
No, I'm just gonna lie down.
It's an Adirondack chair. You're laying down, actually.
Do you guys still connect with the songs that you wrote decades ago, or do you kind of have to play it up for the fans now that you're a bit older?
That's an interesting question.
Some nights I do. Some nights I deeply connect with them, with that person that I was when I wrote them, even. Because maybe somebody reminds me of that same energy I used to see. Or sometimes just singing them, I feel like, wow, this is good to me tonight. Or like we're playing in the pocket and everything just kind of falls out in a way that feels like butter. And you're like, yeah, I like this still. Yeah. It's those little moments I think that we search for on stage is when we connect. It's not about them. Like it used to be about, oh my God, do you like us? Like that was kind of how our younger selves walked off the stage. Do you think that was a good show? Now it's like, well, we have to both show up for each other. Like that crowd has to be there and we have to be there. And then that indescribable magic that makes you live 9 years longer if you go see a concert every 2 weeks. That happens.
Statistic?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was on the internet yesterday, yeah.
Oh, they don't tell lies there, so
Nope.
that's definitely...
Our sound guy posted it, like trying to be like, look, I'm going to live forever. I'm like, bro, you work at shows. You don't go to them.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
Probably soon.
Don't tell them that. Do you guys think you're going to make another All-American Rejects record, or do you want to kind of keep the legacy as is in the world full of remakes and sequels and all that kind of stuff?
It's a very fucking well-pointed question. And I appreciate you call the world out for its bullshit. Because we did too. The last 2 years we've been sitting together and played these shows, and they've all been mind-blowing. And it's churned up excitement in us in a way that I don't know if we've ever had. But it's like, man, do we do this?
I like that you compare, like, say if we were to just capitalize on a moment and just put out a record real quick because people are paying attention to us.
Especially like right
I
now.
like that you compare that to like a shitty sequel. That's amazing.
Not that you would like make a shitty sequel, but just in that vein.
But it's apt, yeah. No, it's good. So continue to put out shitty sequels. And I think it's done whatever it's done for them. Maybe it's given them the biggest, most successful career ever. I don't know. This is so sacred. Our legacy, whatever it is. Whenever you think of it, it doesn't matter. It's about what it is to us. I think. To do it with an intention that felt like it was just to make money or just to keep it going, just put another foot on the fuse before the fucking bomb explodes.
Stay relevant or whatever.
Whatever, right? We started loving what we did. I remember, like, when I wrote my first couple of songs, before this band, I felt like cool to myself. Or like I had worth. Like, fuck, really, that's it. I feel like every time I write a song that impresses me or makes me feel satisfied, I feel like I actually have value as a human being. When I don't, I feel the opposite. So it'd be nice to try it again. Hopefully leaving with a sense of fulfillment and not like, fuck, now I want to kill myself even more.
Just go to more concerts, apparently. That will keep you living 9 years longer.
Music is so different now that we're 40. For me, it is. Like, I hadn't listened to a single Beatles record or a single Stones record. I hadn't listened to anything that wasn't on the radio when we first started. And so now, 20 years later, we've all changed so dramatically. And it feels like to make a musical contribution now would be really exciting and scary and probably something we won't do. It's a fear that keeps us from doing it.
Fair enough.
We're not doing it. Quitting after today.
Well, on that note, thank you so much for joining me. Yeah, that's all I have for you. Looking back at this footage, because I haven't seen it for about 2 months, I can't believe that I just like subtly dropped Selling Sunset. That's an icebreaker.
I love how you used it as an opener. That was unexpected and quite funny. And the fact that Tyson knew what it was and has seen it.
I'm so glad, because that would have been such an awkward moment if he hadn't have known. But this conversation was actually inspiring and kind of like illuminating to how they are as a band. Especially talking about how they feel about the songs that they wrote when they were 17 versus now that they're 40.
Yeah, and I liked that you asked them straight up, like, do you enjoy playing this music, or do you have to like play it up for the fans? And they seemed kind of surprised by the question, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's something that bands don't get asked often, because a lot of these older bands, their hits were when they were teenagers. So I'm often curious if those kinds of things still resonate with them, or it's like, fuck, okay, I gotta talk about this girl that broke my heart when I was a teenager because the fans love it, and if we don't play this song, like, someone will get mad, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure this is like a thing for a lot of artists, right? Like, I personally look back at the artwork I've made even a decade ago, and I don't connect with it at all.
Yeah.
So to be in a position where, your artwork received success and fame and people love it, to have to continually kind of relive the experience by performing that song as an example, I wouldn't want to do it.
Not all the time.
No, and it was like Tyson said, he's like, sometimes it's a slog, and sometimes like the vibe is there, the energy's there, and it feels good. And I thought that was kind of cool for them to kind of reflect on a little bit, because I feel like, I don't know, mainstream media doesn't ask questions like that.
Maybe they do, but I haven't come across it, and I was just genuinely curious. I was like, I'm gonna ask and see if they.
That's what I love about you as an interviewer, actually, is that you're asking the questions that you're legitimately curious about, not so much just like, oh, I think this would be a good question to ask for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do my research as well, and I found it really funny about the Bionicle thing, because I totally did not know. I don't know if it was not aired in Canada or something. Maybe it was only a States thing, or maybe I just wasn't.
I remember it. So
do you actually? Okay.
Yeah, no, I remember.
That's so funny.
I was always like more traditional Lego, and also by the time Bionicles came out, I was kind of like too old for it.
Yeah, I remember my nephew being like really into Bionicles.
Yeah, and like they had a cartoon and everything.
Yeah, full 9 yards.
And you had mentioned this in the interview. You had said something about like there was like an interactive element with the band, that they were like kidnapped.
They were kidnapped, and you like had to go and save them, and there were these little like mini games that you would have to play to find clues of like their whereabouts and stuff.
That's so funny. And you checked the Wayback Machine and it's not there.
I tried to go to freetheband.com, and it's not
a 404.
And fun fact, did you know that Gives You Hell was the most downloaded song on iTunes in 2009?
Really?
Yeah.
I find that a little bit surprising, considering like 2009 is when Just Dance came out. And also, like Katy Perry was floating around at that time as well, I believe. So like that's surprising, but like good for them. That was a bop. It was a bop and a half. No one can deny that.
I love the meme that it's like, when you die, you just join the chorus of Gives You Hell by All American Rejects.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I also liked how when I asked them if they consider themselves an emo band, they were straight up like, no, we were kind of just lumped into the category. I would categorize them, if I had to, as more of like a pop rock band.
They seemed really cool, and in the sense that like they seemed very real.
Yeah.
Like you were just having a regular old chat with them. It wasn't anything like super formal or anything, which I kind of appreciated as a viewer.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I also liked how they didn't want to just be part of like a cog in the machine of putting something out just because something is popular right now and kind of profiting off that. They're like, well, if we're going to make something, we're going to make something because it's true to us.
Yeah, and honestly, that's, as a fan, that's very reassuring to hear. It's one of those things where it's like, I've thought to myself, like, where are those guys? Like, why haven't they released anything? And it's one of those things where, looking a bit deeper into it, I would much rather they take their time and release something that they are like artistically proud of. That we as an audience, old and new, can like connect to.
Yeah, or just like keep the legacy untainted. I was going to use the example of like, why are there 6 Shrek movies when really only the first 2 were good?
Yeah, that's true.
But it's
the
kind of
first
like
2
that,
are
you know,
fine.
like you're beating a dead horse, just trying to chug out more stuff, but it's art. So you want that art to be genuine and authentic.
Yeah.
So making something just because it's profitable now, you know, fans see right through that. So I'm really glad that they're not
selling out, for lack of a better word, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing that kind of happened recently, just like timing wise, kind of coincidence, but like you're going to the festival in Vegas soon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to When We Were Young Fest next week, actually. And the All American Rejects have just said that they will not be performing anymore, which I'm going to go on one side saying that really sucks. I listened to the interview on the Jesse Lee show, and he was hyping up, you know, the All American Rejects set, saying it was going to be something blasphemous and beautiful and like, you don't want to miss it kind of thing. So now having that gone is kind of disappointing as a fan. And I mean, I'm sure they're disappointed to have to do it as well. Maybe there was creative differences with the festival. I know that Tyson was also saying the festival did not tell them that they were going to have to do an album front to back. They wanted to bring their all hits American Rejects set. And so maybe the festival was like, no, you can't do that. Or maybe their set time sucked.
So,
who knows?
Okay, wait. So just to understand, make sure I understand. So the kind of setup of this festival was that bands were going to be playing a single album front to back.
Yeah, so the selling point of this festival was that the bands that are playing are going to be picking an album and then playing the full set list of that album.
Okay. And
the only one exempt from that I noticed was Fall Out Boy. Fall Out Boy was like, fuck you, you won't do what you tell me. So maybe the Rejects tried to do the same thing and the festival was not happy with that.
I mean, like, I'm sure we can both kind of empathize. Like, if I was doing a showcase of my art and was told that I had to do it a certain way and I didn't want to do it that way, I wouldn't feel like good about doing the show or doing the performance. So I kind of like props to them. If they weren't in it, like, good for them for dropping out. But I also understand, like, as a fan, as someone who paid a ticket price or is going to see this festival and was excited, like, yeah, that is kind of shitty.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's disappointing because I was excited to see their set, and you know, a lot of fans are flying out to this festival. But you know, in the end, you got to stay true to yourself. You got to stay true to the band. And if this was something that they were gonna do half-assed or haphazardly, then I wouldn't want to see that from them.
And it's also, it seems like there's potentially elements that we don't know about, right? Like,
oh, there's many elements that we don't know for sure. We have no idea like what the story is.
Yeah.
So we can only speculate.
I reflect on like the previous episode we did where Chapel Roan pulled out of that music festival last minute, and Tyson actually commented on what her statements had said. So for all we know, perhaps there's, you know, maybe someone's unwell, or maybe it's just not the best time for them or something like that. So, you know, I totally agree with you. It's disappointing as a fan, but like for all we know, maybe there's a very valid reason.
But regardless of that, it was great to talk to them. I'm happy to have kind of gotten their perspective, and I hope for an All American Rejects record that they stand behind or remain to keep their legacy as is. Either way, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm here for it too. Any sort of new music from them I'd be happy about. So hopefully we see that sometime in the future. Once again, excellent interviewing.
Oh my God, stop. Don't stop. Stop. Don't stop.
Proud of you, babe. But thanks for tuning in to this episode of Premodonnas podcast. Have a lovely day, a lovely weekend.
And if you're going to be at When We Were Young Fest, say hi to me.
Yeah, definitely say hi. That would be so cool.
It would be cool.
Okay, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.